365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
He said Kalu made a WNBA debut in September, becoming the first athlete from historically a black college to play in the league in over 15 years. Don't forget, Kalu represented the Nigerian junior and national team before walking away up to the captain at the senior and national team in 2016. She also led the Tigers Nigerian national women basketball team to the quarterfinals of the 2024 Paris Games, where she actually averaged 18.5 points at the Olympics. As far as that is concerned, moving away from that particular story, I'll still talking about sports story this morning. Let me also make you understand that talking about Libya coach worried over absence of stars ahead of the Super Eagle clash. Let me confirm to you this morning that the Libya head coach talking about Nasser Al-Adiri said he's actually worried over the absence of several players ahead of the clash with Super Eagles. And don't forget, the Nigerian Super Eagles will battle Libya, the Mediterranean night, in the race to the next year African Cup of Nations. Speaking with reporters in Uyo, they actually said we are aiming to return to Libya with at least a draw after the Super Eagles match, and we have not yet reached the required level of readiness to face a strong team like Nigeria. Don't forget, the team was not in good shape before I took over. Of course, the absence of several players in our first training session has actually made it difficult to establish a comprehensive tactical plan for the match. Of course, this lack of preparation presents an additional challenge for the team, who we actually need put in extra effort to secure a positive result away from home. We aim to return with a draw to keep our qualification hopes alive. Don't forget, the game against the Super Eagles would be Al-Adiri, a first game with Libya after the federation sacked the coach who actually led in the first two qualifier. Of course, the coach failed to actually to pick up a single point, leaving them at the bottom of Group D. Let me make you understand this morning. Talking about the Mediterranean night actually had their first training session at the Gosu Akpabi International Stadium in Uyo. That was on Wednesday evening, and that was yesterday. As far as that is concerned, moving away from that particular story, I'll still talking about Libya this morning. Let me make you understand that they have actually arrived in Nigeria to have their their training session. As it stands, the Libya and Mediterranean night has touched down in Uyo at Nigeria ahead of their must win African Cup of Nations 2025 qualifying clash against the Super Eagles. Don't forget, the delegation make the long journey from Tripoli to Nigerian capital Abuja before traveling by road to Uyo, where they actually will face Nigeria on Friday, October 11 at the Gosu Akpabi International Stadium. Don't forget, this match, part of the third round of Group D qualifier, is crucial for both teams as they seek to secure their place in the tournament set to be hosted in Morocco. Don't forget, the clash will be the first test for newly appointed Libyan coach Nasser Al-Adiri, of course, who actually replaced Serbian Mortian Sovajevic following a Libya disappointing performance in the opening two rounds. Don't forget, the Knights currently are struggling in Group D. See these features as an opportunity to turn their campaign around. Don't forget, Al-Adrian squad who actually had their final training session in Tripoli before traveling. We have their first training in Uyo. That'll be on Wednesday morning to actually assimilate and also make necessary tactical adjustments ahead of the high-stake encounter. Don't forget, meanwhile, the Nigerian Super Eagles are well into their into their preparation for the match. Interim coach Austin Igavo, who is actually overseeing the squad following the departure of Finidi George, at the team first training session on Tuesday evening. Don't forget, the Super Eagles are sitting on 4 points afterwards. After their opening 2 games, will be eager to maintain their solid start to the qualifier and take full advantage of playing at home. Don't forget, after the showdown in Uyo, of course, the reverse features will be aired just 4 days later. That will be on October 15 at the Matthias of February Stadium in Benghazi, Libya. As far as that is concerned, oh my God, I'm moving away from that. Let me talk about what? Let's talk about the former Super Eagle coach, goalkeeper rather, on life support in Nigeria hospital. Let me confirm to you this morning, talking about the former Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Fringen is actually critically ill and has been put on life support at Obule Medical Center in Sapele, Delta State. Don't forget, in a statement on Tuesday, the former Super Eagles forward Shegun Odegbami disclosed that Fringen is actually hospitalized in Sapele, Delta State, and urgently needs medical attention and financial assistance. As it stands, he however appreciated the 3 Nigerians who has contributed to support his treatment in hospital. Of course, the statement reason part the interest actually generated by my story on Peter Fringen earlier today has been overwhelming. Nigeria made me proud. He said, I think all those that actually responded in messages, particularly in prayers and in their desire to contribute to any funding. He said, I am actually involved. I am not involved in raising funds from the public on behalf of Fringen because I have no such authority. He said, I will also be involved in anything that can actually be abused if not handled properly. Of course, as important as funds for the treatment, they are actually secondary considering the state of Peter's condition in hospital. Don't forget, 3 Nigerians that I know read me and also volunteered to support his treatment in hospital. I actually accepted their offer and channeled their wish to Tina, Peter's faithful wife, that has actually stood by him completely through all the decades of his medical ordeal. Don't forget, meanwhile, tonight Peter Fringen is in hospital and on life support. His actual situation is critical. The creator of life has shown up. What Peter Fringen needs the most are collective prayers that we of his creator be done. Don't forget, I thank all Nigerians for their support and also responds to the humble cry of their hero currently in distress. The statement ended. Don't forget, Fringen was the first choice goalkeeper for the Nigerian national football team from 1968 to 1971. Of course, before being recalled for the 1982 African Cup of Nations final, he also represented Nigeria at the 1968 Summer Olympic in Mexico City. As far as that is concerned, 9 minutes away from 9 a.m. Nigerian time. Moving away from that particular story. Okay, let's get talk about this morning. Talking about the Nigerian team as they arrive Morocco to actually face Cameroon and Angola in African Club Championship. Don't forget, the Nigerian top tier handball club Plateau Peacocks are set to make Nigerian proud as they participate in the African Club Handball Championship in Lyon, Morocco. Don't forget, Plateau Peacocks, who actually finished third at the Handball Premier League 2023 women's category, will be participating in the club championship in Group C alongside Petro Atletico of Angola and also Andre Nziko of Cameroon and US Nouza of Morocco. Don't forget, the coach Yusuf Abdelkadir led a team already in Casablanca en route to Lyon, wherein they will play their first match against Petro Atletico of Angola. That'll be on evening of Friday. Don't forget, meanwhile, coach Yusuf Abdelkadir, who actually spoke to HFM media from Casablanca, said they have the support of Plateau State government led by Governor Caleb Motuwang and also the Handball Federation of Nigeria HFN to do well, and also they will ensure they repay the gestures by being a good representative of the country. As far as that is concerned, 10 minutes away from 9 a.m. Nigerian time. Still talking sport in the studio of Power 365 FM. Let me also confirm to you, let's go talk about CAF Champions League this morning. As the likes of Aduku Ice Trophy with Edo Queens, let me confirm to you this morning that the head coach of Nigerian Women Football League champions, Edo Queens Moses Aduku, has set his eyes on the Women's CAF Champions League this year. Don't forget, Aduku led Edo Queens to the regional title in WAFO B and also qualified to play in the playoff round of the competition. Of course, the team has actually commenced the preparation for the competition, and former Nigerian junior international has focused on the trophy. Of course, said we aim for nothing less than lifting the trophy. That is our desire. We know it won't be easy, of course, but we are actually focused on taking it one game at a time. Of course, Anduku told CAF website, he said, having reached this stage, we certainly don't want to come back empty-handed. Our preparation have already started since the day we qualified. As far as that is concerned, oh my God, let's go talk about MPFS stories on my table this morning. Let me also make you understand this morning, talking about some stories, local stories, yes, you might want to say. Let's talk about as Ogun renovate the sports stadium, of course, sport facilities ahead of the sport festival. Let me confirm to you that the Ogun State government has actually commends renovation and also reconstruction works at the MKO Abiola International Stadium at the World and the Alake Sports Center in Jeja, Abeokuta, ahead of the World, ahead of the National Festival, Sport Festival, TAC 2024 Gateway Games. Don't forget, speaking after inspecting the two facilities, that was on Wednesday, the Commissioner for Sport and Development, Wasiu Isiaka, assured that the renovation works will be completed within the stipulated time and will be tested before the National Games scheduled for January 2025. Don't forget, Isiaka said the scrapping of the pitch and the main bowl of the stadium, the removal of the tartan tracks, as well as the roof, as what's at the indoor hall of Alake Sports Center, Ijeja Abeokuta Hall, ongoing. Of course, the VIP section of the stadium will also be expanded, while an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a tennis court, and also handball court will be constructed within the stadium. Don't forget, the commissioner actually noted that the current administration is actually intensifying its efforts to develop sports and also youth programs in the state, as well as to discover and to nurture young athletes. As far as that is concerned, so make you understand this money now. Don't forget, the National Sports Festival has actually been split to held between January 12 and also January 26, 2025. As far as that is concerned, I'll be happening next year. Okay, let's go on a short break. And while we are back from the short break, of course, still local stories. I still have like 2 local stories to deploy to your ear. And this morning, before we go to the international stories that I have for you this lovely and beautiful morning, don't touch it out. I will be right back.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number 1 online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and profit. We pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Alright, and welcome back from that short commercial break at the program that is still live presently. The Sport Brief on Power 365 FM, your number 1 online radio in Southwest Nigeria. You know we are the best among the rest. The time is 16 minutes now away from 9 a.m. Nigerian time. Let's quickly talk about the stories on my table this morning before we go to the international stories that I have for you this lovely and beautiful morning. Let me confirm to you this morning, I'm still talking about local stories, MPFL stories to be specific. Let me confirm to you that Munike actually pleaded for time with Atlanta. Talking about the head coach of the Atlanta FC, Emmanuel Munike, has actually pleaded for time following the team's slow start of the season. Don't forget, the Nasa millionaires secured the award, their first win of the season. That was last weekend against Niger Tornadoes after 5 matches days. Don't forget, the former Golden Eaglet, Gaffer, actually acknowledged acknowledge the slow start and promise an improvement in the team's performance. Don't forget, I want to congratulate the team, everyone put in much effort to assure we get to this stage. Of course, the league is a marathon, and when you lose some games, you will need to put a little upset, but we actually focus on what we want to achieve. Of course, when you look at the last season, a lot actually happened. There are many players left. We actually redirecting the course by having very young players that can actually serve for the future. Also, don't forget, we all understand that when you are in a period of processing, it takes time for things to actually grow and work. Of course, all we need to do now is to actually review ourselves and look at the area we need to continue to improve as a team, knowing that in a team there will always be a moment of mistake, he said. As far as that is that's coming from Emmanuel Monike. Moving away from that particular story, let's go talk about let me confirm to you this morning as EPL stories on my table, as Liverpool goalkeeper Alinton out for 6 weeks with hamstring injury. Oh my God, not a good news for Liverpool fans out there, as Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker is expected to be sidelined for around 6 weeks due to hamstring injury, running him out of key matches against Chelsea and also Arsenal. Don't forget, the 32-year-old Brazilian international sustained the injury that was last weekend, a 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace, and was again substituted late in the second half. Don't forget, reporting the British press, a test has been confirmed that Lindsay is unlikely to return until after next month international break. Don't forget, this would actually mean his earliest potential comeback could be at Liverpool's away fixtures against Southampton. That'll be happening on November 24. Don't forget, and slot Premier League leaders will face Chelsea on October 20th, of course, and Arsenal a week later. While the next two Champions League ties will be against RB Leipzig and also Bayern Leverkusen. Let me also make you understand that the Coim Keller, who actually means the Palace match due to Inez, is expected to step in as a Lindsay replacement, of course, just as he did last season when Lindsay was sidelined with a similar hamstring injury. Of course, as it stands, speaking after the win over Crystal Palace, Slot anticipated a significant spell out for his first choice goalkeeper. Don't forget, we have to wait and see, but it will be a few weeks before he's actually back. I think it is hamstring, he said. Of course, he clearly number one, the best goalkeeper in the world. Is always a blow when he's actually injured, not just for him but for us as a team. Also, Liverpool currently sit on 18 points from the 7 Premier League matches, 1 point ahead of defending champion Manchester City and also Arsenal. As far as that is concerned, moving away from that, and now some transfer stories that are for you this lovely and beautiful morning. Let me confirm to you that Manchester United have prepared a 5-point Afghani. Don't forget also Real Madrid want to sign Arsenal and also France defender that's William Saliba as a top priority in 2025, with Los Blancos already in contact with a 23-year-old. And also let me confirm to you this morning that Galatasaray we actually look to make Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen a loan mover from Napoli permanent, while Chelsea remain interested. However, the 25-year-old will cost $68 million in January or $63 million next summer. As it stands, Manchester City also considering Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa, 25-year-old, as a replacement for Henderson, but Portugal stopper will cost $63 million. Don't forget also, Manchester United have made Chelsea left back Ben Chilwell, 27-year-old, a top target for January. Let me also make you understand that under pressure, Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag is preparing as usual for the club next game against Brentford following a meeting of the Old Trafford side hierarchy. Don't forget, the Spain midfielder talking about Martins Zubimendi has actually reiterated his desire to stay at Real Sociedad despite speculations of interest from Manchester assistants, and also Crystal Palace will step up their pursuit of Amman Bells, 18-year-old Ivorian forward attacking Bozoma Torre, who is actually also of interest towards the Manchester United and also Celtic assistants. Arsenal also will start target a striker in the January transfer window, despite the promising start of the season made by the German forward that's Kai Havertz. Assistant Liverpool also defender talking about Virgil van Dijk, a 30-year-old is next in line for a new contract after the club secured the long-time future of France centre back Ibrahim Konate. Let me confirm to you also that Arsenal, Tottenham and also Newcastle United are all interested in Aston Villa a 23-year-old England youth midfielder. That's talking about Jacob Ramsey. Let me also make you understand that Newcastle might actually sell England striker, that's Callum Wilson, a 32-year-old, in January to facilitate a move for a new forward. As it stands, Marcel in advance talk to sign France midfielder Paul Pogba, a 31-year-old who can actually play again from March after a 4-year ban for a doping offense was actually reduced to 18 months. Don't forget, Paul Pogba as what we have his Juventus contract terminated following his doping ban. As far as that is concerned, moving away from that particular gossip story, moving away from that particular transfer stories. Let me confirm to you this morning, talking about Milan Skriniar has actually confirmed he's not happy with his current game at Paris Saint-Germain, and there are concrete chances for his exit that will be already in January, as Juventus can only be interested in case Paris Saint-Germain open the doors to loan move. More clubs are also keen on this particular deal. Oh my god, my time is running on the show. Okay, let me confirm to you this morning that Arsenal expects Boyka Havertz and Thomas Partey available next week. Boyka Havertz and Thomas Partey miss national teams call due to physical issues. Recovery process going well. Arsenal staff expect Kai Havertz and also Partey to be part of Arsenal squad against Bournemouth next weekend. No green light yet for Martins Odegaard as of now. Alright, let's go take a look at games that will be played. Talking about international games that will be happening, that are slated for today. But before we go there, let's take a look at the Feminine Champions League that happened yesterday. Bayern Munich defeated Arsenal women by 5-2, and also Manchester City women defeated FC Barcelona women by 2-0 yesterday. Away from that, games that will be played later on today for the international awards for the World Cup qualification. As it stands, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, Bolivia will win up against Colombia, and also 11 a.m. Nigerian time. 11 p.m. I beg your pardon. 10 p.m. Nigerian time. 10 p.m. Nigerian time. It will be Ecuador win up against Paraguay. And also, at the same time, 10 p.m. Nigerian time, Venezuela will be taking on Argentina. Let me confirm to you other World Cup qualifications on my table this morning. At exactly 10 minutes away from 10 p.m. Nigerian time, Australia will win up against China. And also, at 30 a.m. Nigerian time, Jordan will win up against South Korea. At the same time, Uzbekistan will be taking on Iran. At 5 a.m. Nigerian time, Brihan will be going up against Indonesia. At the same time, Qatar will be taking on Kyrgyzstan, and also same time, Oman will be taking on Kuwait. Same time, UAE will win up against North Korea. Also, at 7 a.m. Nigerian time, it will be Iraq will win up against Palestine, and also Saudi Arabia will be taking on Japan at the same time. Let me also make you understand for the UEFA Nations League, 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time, it will be Italy going up against Belgium. Same time, Israel will be taking on France. Okay, let me also make you understand that talking about other club international friendlies on my table this morning. Let's even talk about these for the African Cup of Nations games that are slated for today. At 2 p.m. Nigerian time, Namibia will win up against Zimbabwe. At 5 p.m. Nigerian time, Cape Verde will be taking on Botswana, and also 5 p.m. Nigerian time, DR Congo will be taking on Tanzania. At the same time, Ghana will win up against Sudan. 8 p.m. Nigerian time, it will be Algeria win up against Togo. At the same time also, it will be Burkina Faso taking on Burundi. As far as that particular games come, those are the games that will be happening live and direct. You can afford to miss it. Other international UEFA Nations League games that are slated for 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Norway will be taking on Slovenia. Finland will be taking on Ireland. England will be taking on Greece, and also Austria will win up against Kyrgyzstan. And also these Latvia at exactly 5 p.m. Nigerian time, they will be taking on North Macedonia. And also Faroe Island will win up against Armenia 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And also 5 p.m. Nigerian time, Moldova will be taking on Andorra 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time. It will be Gibraltar win up against San Marino. As far as that is concerned, oh my god, my time is up. I need to leave the studio until I come your way tomorrow for the grand finale of Complete Sport on AI Sport TV on Power. Till I come your way tomorrow on Power FM for the grand finale of Sport Brief on Power 365 FM. Please keep staying tuned to us. My name is Abida for Miracle Lua Damla. For now, I am out of the studio. Please stay out of trouble.
Don't turn off your radio.